So how do I know which stone to use for which chakra?
Well, the crystals and chakras are very much related. It's very loosely based on the chakra system. If something has multiple colors, obviously it affects multiple chakras. But typically, if a chakra is underactive, then you would use the color of the chakra stone to activate that chakra. So for instance, if you're very tired and sluggish and you have no energy, then you would work with a red stone, because the chakra system starts red, orange, yellow, green and pink, blue, and this would be like more of a sky blue. Some people use indigo up here. I find that indigo is a little outdated, so purple really works really well here, and then either clear or purple up here. This varies because I have found that a lot of people, as us as a human race, have started to shift energetically, so I always tell people to kind of experiment up here. Sometimes purple, sometimes indigo. But if something is overactive, and we'll go over this when we kind of go over, or I'll just say it right now, if you have an overactive solar plexus, that means you have a tendency to think too much. And I brought this up for you as a Gemini, that Geminis have a tendency to really, they're going 1,000 miles a minute in their head. They're 14 miles ahead before all of us are even like halfway there. Yes. And they're thinking of all the things, and they're everywhere. And they have a tendency to not be grounded. So you might suffer from anxiety sometimes, or nervousness. And typically, so you wouldn't want to put yellow here. That would be the last stone. And a lot of stores don't tell you that, because what they would suggest is like, oh, your solar plexus is inactive, so here, or is acting up, so here, have a yellow stone. If I were to give you a yellow stone with an overactive solar plexus, that would bring more mental energy, which is the last thing that we want to do. So one of the things that I brought over here for us to talk about is lepidolite. Lepidolite's a purple mica. We kind of talked about this yesterday, and you said you really enjoyed it because you picked it up. Lepidolite is a mica that has an inclusion of lithium, which is a purple chemical that helps to calm the energy down. So this is actually the perfect size to put right over the solar plexus. Most chakras, if they're in alignment and they're in the proper size, are about the size of the fist of your hand. Now, there's people that I know whose solar plexuses are like this big.
Whoa.
That's way too much. And that's usually a lot of ego. It's a lot of control. It's a lot of fear. It's a lot of ego. It's just a lot of wanting to aggression. Those people, they really need purple on their solar plexus. Donald Trump would probably be one of them. No offense to get all political, but he's just a very, big personality. He probably thinks a lot. He's also a Gemini, so he probably thinks a lot of stuff in his head. So he would do well with having a piece of lepidolite on the solar plexus. The purple will counterbalance too much yellow energy. So if somebody has a lot of anxiety, which a lot of people suffer from in this world, this would be a good way to kind of calm it down. But typically, people will kind of align, especially when people don't know anything about the chakras. That's why it's kind of good to get a good understanding of the chakra system. People will just go, oh, well, my throat chakra, somebody told me it's imbalanced, so let's put it here. Well, maybe that person talks way too much. That's an imbalance too. Sometimes what people will see with the imbalanced throat chakra is they'll say that they have a problem speaking up. But sometimes people have too much shit to say. In that situation, you would put orange here. There was a woman that I work with in Los Angeles who was talking about how she was having a really bad period, and she said, well, I put carnelian. She was ready to go to the hospital because of her cramps, and she put carnelian on her sacral chakra. That is the exact opposite. If you're having a very strong period, you'd want to put light blue there. So you've got the opposite. Color. So if something's too much of an energy, you want to put less. Now, if you're heartbroken, your heart's probably pretty open, but you don't want to put an opposite color there. You don't ever really want to shut down your heart chakra. You'd want to soothe it or support it, and you would do so by using pink stones. Rose quartz is a stone that everybody on the planet needs. I've never met one person ever that didn't need rose quartz. Rose quartz is extraordinarily important for self-acceptance, self-love, emotional healing, childhood traumas. All of us have at least that.